was pretty weird. The only thing that I saw was uh, Turkey, or some Turkey news. I don't know. When is the? Let me look into it a little bit more.
Did that just hit? Like when he started moving up?
No, that's what I was looking at.
Huh.
I don't know if they said something else about it though. That's the only thing highlighted yellow on my screen. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing on Twitter.
I don't know. Could be purely technical. Maybe, I don't know. You know, we had the holiday yesterday and kind of some weird action yesterday as well, so maybe some guys are thinking this move is officially overdone and trying to buy it up. I got long at 0.2s on ZB, so I like that bid, but I don't know if we're gonna keep going or not.
Yeah, you can definitely hide behind that bid for a while. I bet. Your odds are super good if you're long at 0.2.
Oh, threes is holding pretty good too as well, so
Yeah, they buy it every time that
I've
it
noticed
goes up.
in the past few days also we've had ZF and ZF has been kind of holding us back a lot on a lot of these moves.
No, we need the bund. If we want to keep going from here, we need the bund to make a new high. It's about 4 ticks off the high.
Could just be a pause until ES starts making new lows.
Yes, along with a lot of static.
We're seeing some good buying pressure across ZN and ZF right now. Probably just waiting for some new lows here on ES before we maybe start trading 0.5. Well, they pulled that bid now, so I might try and get out here at 0.3.
Hey, you're cutting in and out. We can't understand what you're saying, bud.
You talking to me?
No, TFF.
Oh, I
Can
can't
you
hear
hear him?
anything. I can't hear anything.
You, oh, that's odd. Yeah, I can hear him, but it's he cuts in and out. There's a lot of static. It's weird that you can't hear anything.
I want to hear that sexy voice, TFF. I'm trying to get out at 0.4s.
I'd be happy if we trade back up into. I mean, we're somewhat in yesterday's pit range, even though it's pretty insignificant. But we could get back to the top of this before the open.
Like 11s or something?
I'm looking at like, well, I mean, it's unlikely, I guess, that the 5-year might go much higher than this. I mean, not unlikely, but that's a strike price. It'd be cool if it got up to like 112.01, and then let's see.
We're trying to buy up ZN. It looks like we're trying to take this higher.
Yeah.
I'm only offered 04 still.
Yeah, I'm hoping where this is a buy, and then it's set up to have just a lot of room to fall during the pit session. Because that would be a good move to catch.
Yeah, I took it off at 03 +1. Getting a little nervous about that. Like a buy-in.
Yeah. Well, it has been a while, and they kind of quit, so you probably made the right move, in my opinion. Even if it does end up going higher.
Yeah, I got no problem buying in at 05 if we start seeing a puke out on the upside, so. Yeah, it's just like holding on to this iceberg is just really scary because you never know when it's gonna break. And not seeing them trying to buy up 04 is just so it makes me nervous. TFF, could you try talking again?
Yeah, or if he's talking.
It says he's muted. Wait, try again. Oh. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. For some reason I muted you because I'm a douchebag. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Why did I mute you? Yeah. Not. Yeah, your mic's like picking up a lot of static or something. Are you on a laptop or something or what? Is it a USB microphone or like an analog one or what? Can you try like unplugging it or replugging it in? What's up, Roger? So we had a pretty interesting overnight session.
Yeah, you still got static.
There's like some kind of interference. It's like it could be oh, he's gone. Sounds like it could be some kind of actually like a mechanical or electronic issue. Probably not software.
Yeah. For the last 10 minutes, they've now sold 21 even in the 10-year. Way harder than they bought it over the last 10 minutes. 8,600 have sold the bid while only 3,000 have bought the offer. Nope.
That sounds really weird. If you could like, you could probably like use some recording software, maybe like an online mic checker or something, and you could probably get a better idea of what the issue is. Like we can hear you, but there's something else that's like static or electronic signals or something that's interfering with the sound.
Yeah, I'm actually mobile, so
It could be that too. Yeah, it's a pretty strange move. We just shot up from like 28 here all the way up to 04, kind of out of nowhere. So, and like we're holding real hard here, but this price now at 02's very strange.
Okay, so they reported a block trade in the 10-year at 19, about, I guess, 20 minutes ago now. And so that kind of lines up. That definitely lines up with, the random buy spike. So, just, I guess, block trades that are coming through.
Very strange.
It might imply that we just trend up all day. Also, we got fund. The fund is making it into a high, finally.
Yeah, we've been down so much. Everyone's been kind of looking for that recovery. So, I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. It's just how many guys are gonna get, puke out of their shorts before they eventually start lining up. We bought up 04s. Interesting to see that they're not really trying to take us any higher on ZB. They're just totally cool with not trading a single contract
We're
into
also-
05.
The curve's flattening back out quite a bit by almost 2.5 points now. I bet 2.5 points trade in the 10s 30s spread. It's been steepening obviously over the past couple weeks with all this selling.
This is all starting to kind of recover off its lows. So this might be the end of our move up.
you guys lost twice. Can you hear me now?
Yep, and that's really clear.
Yeah, no static.
Alright, so this is via the phone, so that could be a little bit inconvenient for push to call.
Is your computer pretty old?
No, I mean I have two. I have a Linux machine. I have a Windows PC, and they're both pretty new actually.
It could be the headset, possibly then, or the
Yeah, I
cable.
think no, it's a headset, and it is really old. And yeah, I usually don't talk much. I mean, if when I'm on the phone or so, but I don't really use it.
You should get a nice one. You got a sexy voice.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. I just wanted to jump in because guys, I enjoyed the Discord chat and all that all these streams. So really appreciate it.
Well, I think we're all pretty lonely, to be honest. Just kind of hanging out with our PCs, so can help keep everyone a bit more social, a bit more sane with the insanity that is trading. So
No, absolutely. Well, anyways, it looks like you had a pretty good run already.
that was from yesterday. When you left, I traded myself out of the hole that I dug.
Oh, okay, wow, excellent.
Yep. Took a long time. I'm kind of sad though because actually my original target was covering at 26, and they hit 26 in the overnight. Covered at like evens or something, or 01 instead. But it's all right.
Absolutely. like right now, I didn't put any position on. I'm waiting for the opening action. So I mean, they took it up pretty hard, and I would see some resistance here at these levels. So if they're going to start selling it, then I better jump in.
Yeah, it's kind of pretty random move, came out of nowhere. So I managed to scalp like a tick off this run. Pretty strange because we were actually making new lows on ES when we shot up, and then ES starting to recover now, but we're still heading up. So
Yeah, with the S&Ps or just stocks in general, it's kind of weird because they're down so much already, and then the usual thing is that they open, they bounce it, and then they grind it up, and but at some point it's not gonna happen. We're gonna really see some correction.
yeah. So again, probably doing the same thing I've been doing these past few days, trying to scalp around the opening session, and then maybe look for a longer trade after ES opens up. That seems to be kind of my my system these past few weeks.
Yeah, in the ultra, we are almost at the big figure. We're at 148.31. We traded one contract. So let's see if that holds and bounce off the big figure.
We have had some nice bids kind of showing up behind us on the way up on ZB, I've noticed. We had a huge one at 02, and 03 starting to thicken up as well. A lot of absorb at 02 as well on ZB. But again, this move was kind of like, just kind of came out of nowhere, so...
Yeah, when you look at your charts where you display the depth and the bids and the offers, is this pretty much accurate in real time? Because I noticed that a lot of times people put in bids or offers and then they disappear, and it's very hard to monitor this because when you
Yeah.
see bids, then it's I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. You can only put so much weight into it. And yeah, I mean, there's these times where you'll see like these huge bids, and then right when it gets to that price, they'll pull it off instantly and they'll trade through it. But I think it's just like kind of getting an idea of like what people are thinking. If you're starting to trade up and you see a large bid behind you and it's staying there and like things are trading into it, that's usually a good sign. That you're gonna hold. If they start pulling it and they start stacking up against you, like there's still a chance it's fake, but I think that in the majority of the time it's real, unless it's like a super crazy number. But yeah, I wouldn't put like so much weight on it because all it takes is a few big sellers or a few big buyers to smash through it. Okay, so we're kind of back at this 02 level now on ZB. We're trading into it a few contracts.
Yeah, it looks like it's turning a little bit. We have some pretty good action up here.
Could just be a pullback before we go up higher. 02 I've also got marked in as a significant resistance level, so could have gone support. It was 02 was also the triple low from yesterday when we talked about the trade where I was short and you were long. That was the same price on ZB, was 02. The triple bottom. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow, that's a pretty strong buy. I'm gonna try and get long here at 04 again. Risking 02. long at 04. Maybe see if I can hold to like 11, but I don't know if it's gonna get that high. Maybe 10 would be my super awesome target.
Yeah, we have definitely a lot of action too in the fund because what Wally was talking about earlier, that they broke the highs, so it definitely feels through, but it's a lot of technical up there.
A lot of action going on at this 02, 03 level on ZB.
Canadian housing starts missed by quite a bit. I don't know how much that's going to matter to us, but
yeah, it would be interesting to see what housing's doing here in the US because it's gone up so much.
yeah, this month's housing data will be interesting. Well, it'll probably be lagging. It'll be next month's will be interesting.
A lot of trading happening at this level, 03, 04 in ZB.
Yeah, I might take the other side of your trade. I might get actually short here.
Yeah, I'm out at 02. So -2. That's crap. Oh well.
Yeah, they're smashing bids right now. There's quite a bit of selling at 02, but there really wasn't any corresponding selling in the 10s or 5s that was like equal size.
ES is kind of on its way down. It's bouncing a bit off of its recovery. A lot of absorption at 02 here on ZB.
They're pulling 20 even in a 10. Pulled quite a bit off.
Well, 4 minutes until the cash open, so probably just gonna hold off until then. So I think the cures I'm looking at today is kind of from the yesterday and the overnight is this 02 area, 03 evens. Again, we have potential upside or downside, maybe a bounce around these areas, and also 11s, 8, 11, and 14. 8, 11, and 14. These are kind of our spike highs. So if we start trading up above these levels, then we may go higher. But going to take trades around those prices. Of course, if we go down, I think 26 has been pretty significant. Also 21 mid support areas on the prices below us. So kind of looking at those prices. We still had another red day yesterday. We actually traded really low during the overnight session. We traded down to 16. You can see here. So kind of another crazy day here in bonds in the overnight as well. Seems to be a lot of that. Seen a lot of absorption at this level. This was kind of our we had like a triple bottom the other day here in ZN at 02. We did break through it, but after we broke through, we actually spiked up 11 ticks. So it's possible that this breaking could cascade us down, or this holding could be kind of like a bounce play to the upside. Which is what I tried earlier. I tried taking a long here at 04, got out at 02. It looked like it was going to break, but it's holding. But I wouldn't really want to hold at 04. Like if I was long at 02, that'd be a lot better. But they're starting to pull evens. On ZN here. We're gonna have 2 minutes to the open, so let's see what happens there. There we go, two's finally broke. Let's see how they react. Does it hold or do they buy it up? Looks like it's holding. Kind of some decent bids, but they seem to want to take it down, at least for now. Cash open in about a minute. Looks like a bit of buying. A lot of sellers, but a lot of absorption as well. I don't know, it's just pretty rough because like I kind of feel like today's gonna be the big redemption day where we just like trade up, like another point. But at the same time, like people are selling these bids hard, so it's like it's hard to tell. It's really big change from yesterday, where it's got a lot more volume. Kind of back at this O2 again. We spiked down to evens and we bounced pretty good off there. But that was as the cash opened. We don't really have any news today, so let me just double check today's news. Red Book at 8:55, and that's about it. I kind of want to short this and look to kind of cover after this kind of huge spike that we have, maybe near the top of the spike, so like 26 or something, because like we got people selling this. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say people are selling it, but they're not buying it up yet. This could be our chance to try and trade and make new highs. So with ES going higher, I feel like that's maybe not going to happen. Not really any reaction yet from any of the other products. We just kind of bought it up and then they didn't really care in ZF and CN. Decent bid behind it. Big size trading up here into 05. Oh, they start selling these other ones. Bit of a puke out there at 06. I mean, that sucks because I was long at 04 originally. Though kind of weird that we don't really see any reaction out of these other products, so I'm kind of tempted to like put on a short, and then if these start ticking up, then get out of it. Like not even a single contract is bought. Actually, we ticked up like 2 ticks. There's a bit of buying now. Okay, looks like they like this move. They continue to trade up. Big absorption. We're fighting over this price at 06. Alright, let's try and get long here at 06 again. Looking at maybe 11 if I can get filled here. Although we could even go higher. Can I get my fill? I may not get my fill. 96 in the queue. get it holding is pretty good. Interesting, no one's even selling her into 06. Big absorption here on ZN. I'll be okay holding on to a 4 lot at this price. Targeting maybe 11s, or possibly we even trade up here to 16s. Just kind of test this big order up here. Kind of want to get filled, but at the same time I kind of don't want to get filled. Pretty strong move though. Let's try and get in before like 04, and I'm just kind of trying to chase price around. I don't want to chase it too much more. But I may never actually get my my fill here at 06. If we start making new highs in ZN and ZF, that'd be really good for us. Alright, so I'm long 4 contracts around 06, 07. We might take this off at 11 if we get up there and we don't really trade through it. That's kind of my first. Actually, 08 is kind of the first resistance level I'm expecting. So I was talking about this in my stream, but I think 08, 11, 08s and 11 on ZB seem to be the resistance levels. So watch out for those prices. If ES starts losing steam, that could be good for us. We're still fighting over these prices here.
Gonna watch ES at 83 and a quarter. If it makes it up there. The bund is pretty weak as well. Or, I mean, it's not weak, but it's, you know, had a little bit of a swing down here. 18 ticks off the, or we came 17 ticks off the highs.
This isn't really working out like I wanted it to. Gonna try and give it a little bit more. If it starts going down, starts trading like 03, 02, then that's probably my signal to get out of this. But I think 02's level and evens is. I really don't want to see a trade down there, but that would be the I'm totally wrong part of this move. We do have kind of a bit of an uptrend. We kind of have the higher high here at 08. This could be the pullback. Kind of maybe some profit taking, or just kind of the continuation of the trend before we trade higher. Close your eyes and go short, they say. It feels like it's taken a lot to get them to tick down again. Like, we came down a low volume,
16,000 contracts per 5 minutes.
and we're kind of ticking up pretty easily.
Pretty good.
Like, there's a lot of absorption when we downtick, and we are ticking up pretty nice. So if we don't trade over this 07, 08 level on this kind of next move up, then I probably should look to get out of this. Like, see, they're defending this 05 level as well, which we had trouble with before, breaking this before. This was kind of the last high or something. So if we can hold this 05 level, then it would be good to hold on to this trade. Hold this and then start trading up again. A lot of absorption on the bid. So I feel like buyers are in control just a tad, just a little bit. But we'll see over the next maybe 2 or 3 minutes or so to see who's really in control. So we'll start buying up ZN. Big absorption on ZN. Right when we uptick, we hold it up there real good. Yeah, there's the upticks. Some absorption again. I'm seeing a bit of an uptrend forming in ZB. We're getting a kind of a series of higher lows and higher highs, so this 08 level breaking could be confirmation of that. I'm actually long at 07 and 06 currently. I held through that sweep down. It was really painful, but I feel like buyers are in control right now. At least in ZB they are. It's taken a lot of contracts to move down, and we seem to move up pretty easily on big size. That's just my interpretation, though. Just one guy. Good morning, Roger.
Well, there's definitely a buyer across the board, but it's you're right, but it's especially in ZB there's a buyer.
Long in 05.
It's all
Yeah, that's a good
curve
one.
Flattening. The 10s, 30s are fixing to go off for negative 3.5 points in the day.
I was kind of upset because I was originally long at 04 and got kind of shaken out of this trade, but I think if we can,
Definitely strong.
I think we got some good potential on this.
The rest of the curve.
I kind of wish I added here at 04s and 05, but I'm already long 4 contracts, which is a bit too much for a scalp. You know, this is when if I was going to be like doing a day trade or something. Maybe this should be a day trade. Maybe I should take my bad advice and turn a scalp into a day trade. Maybe I should do that. But the you notice that the interest in selling has really died off at 07 here. I wonder if this is a bait or if this is actually a really weak bid or not. This could be a bait. It could be a nice. Okay, it's not a bait. I'll still prefer it to be a bait. Could be a double top here at 08, but we need to trade down before I can really determine. Yeah, big bid at sorry, I'm talking the wrong thing. Big bid at 08. Yeah, but we got to see some contracts trade into that before we know if it's legit or not. Or a big offer. Yeah, you're correct. Sorry, I'm trying to like talk to the stream and talk to you guys in Discord at the same time. Volume is starting to dry up though, which I don't really like. We got a down tick here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we might go. Let's see what happens at 04. In fact, if we start trading 04s and we hold it there, I might try and actually add on 2 contracts at 05 and then maybe try to cover at 07 or 08. Okay, so we're trading 04 and we are just piling through that. Although they're starting to firm up. Big sells across the board. They are defending this 04 level though. 03s, how does 03s react?
Kaplan said comfortable raising rates 3 times from now to June.
This could be that ad opportunity if you're trying to scale down. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good price to add in at. So if I can get filled here at 04, that'd be solid. And then maybe try and look at getting now maybe at 07 or 08. Why does it say I'm 328 in the queue? That's not good. Could be a double top here at 08, which would be really unfortunate for the long. This 3s levels is very important though. Really want to see ES starting to kind of crash down if possible. We're selling that pretty good. And then it's kind of absorbing again. This is a really hard trade, man. This is a this is a rough one. It's like they're tempting me every single time. I'm like, is this it? Is this what I'm getting out? And then they buy it back up. So I'd really like to at least trade 07s again, and then maybe just get out here at 06, but preferably higher. I want to see what happens at this 08 level. This is just like, I don't even know what the hell's going on right now.
The buyers are definitely not in a rush. They always wait until they get there. But
Yeah, I'm sitting here shaking in my boots like underwater on this long, but every time it gets down, it's like it pauses and the seller stop and then they buy it right up again. So isn't there like some quote where it's like the trades where you feel terrible are your best ones or something like that? I think
that's when we
I
get
heard that
paid.
somewhere. The ones where you're just like feeling like absolute shit, it's the ones where you get the big bucks. Because like again, it's like big absorption on the bid every single time. Well, it's not absorption, but I mean it takes a lot to get it down there. And then we come up like 2 or 3 ticks each time. Didn't like the projection.
I mean, we're definitely building up some volume in this area, so that would be a good jumping board to get a little higher.
Yeah, I mean I can definitely see this, but it's like this failure to kind of trade into 03s is, well, I mean, okay, there we do it right as I mentioned it, right? We traded through 03s, but we're not really seeing much of a reaction here on the other products. Like ZB's just kind of doing its own thing right now, and we don't really have the market moving as a whole. Starting to see some absorption now on the offer. They're trying to buy it up again. Some decent bids here at 01, 02. ES is still strong. Trying to bite up. Yeah, it's like this. We always got this like these like tiny icebergs. Like if you tick down, they bite up. We tick down, they bite up. Tick down, they bite up. So it's like, am I just getting baited or something? By trying to hold on to these longs, or have we gotten priced low enough now? Are they gonna start buying it up again? The settling's kind of starting to turn off. Bite up. Big bids buying up ZN. Buying it up again. Buying it up again. I mean, we're seeing some like there's a lot of guys on the bids holding this across across the board. Decently large bid showing up here at O2s now. Point of control. If I had a huge account, I'd be like adding on a bunch of size here at L3, doing a Roger trade, trying to get in at O3. Short 03, 17 lots. I don't know, this is a hard one. Go threes is holding real good again. Well, they pulled it. Yes, it's really starting to make a good run up now. Wow, it's got a huge range. Wow, didn't even realize that. Pretty big bid on a ZN at 20. I don't know, Roger. What do you think about this? This seems to be just kind of a some whipsaw action. So I don't know. I kind of want to hold it and just like let it play out. You know, we're getting these big bids now in our favor, and like we're always like, it's just, I feel like it's really hard for us to tick down, and then we tick up really easily. Can we get up to maybe 06, 07s again? Yeah, we're starting to see a huge imbalance here between buying and selling across ZN and ZS, or not ZS, ZN and ZF. Sorry, yeah, we got these huge disparity in the numbers. Bit of a downtrend, like a mini downtrend, but the overall market's in an uptrend. Starting to hold 06. Maybe we start trading 07 and maybe 08s. Could be a good puke for all these guys here. Could be a real good puke. Yeah, like this is a strong move. Like, what is this? What is this going on? Like, I got no, like, I don't understand this.
Well, I see a lot of net selling, but prices climb and they just fall, and they just started buying, but I don't know.
Like, isn't that just like super bullish because it's like climbing up on limit orders, kind of? I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm still long some pretty big size at 06, so I don't really want to take this loss.
I mean, stocks are climbing. I mean, they're on the fair, and
But we don't care about it. And we got these huge bids behind us, and like, I don't know, we're ticking up. I feel like I said before, I feel like we're ticking up really easily, but we're seeing a lot of effort to go down. So I wonder if there's probably a lot of guys caught offside on their shorts. You know, the potential move upside is huge if we start trading 09 on ZB, but the only question is, do they want to take it up there or not? 1200 on the bid at 06, they've pulled that up. It used to be at 02, now it's at 06. And I'm looking at maybe 11s or 14s on the upside is kind of my target. '08s was an area we kind of grinded at a lot during yesterday's session. So it was a pretty significant resistance level. We broke through it a few times, and the times we did break through it, we went up to 10, 11 and 14 on ZB. So it's kind of what I'm eyeballing here in this trade. Well, they're definitely starting to buy up 08s. I think if I see like some. All right, never mind. Let's see. Yeah, look at that big bids behind us. Do we start trading 09? I want to see some buying across the board. Let's do it, guys. Can we hit 11s? Hit 11s and then maybe 14s. I would really like that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of back and forth. I might just wait until 9:30 until 5:30.
Oh man, this is like one of those things again where it's like the potential's there. You know, this is starting to make new highs. ZN is next. If this starts making new highs, that's gonna, you know, we're getting these like in sync moves potentially, but they're not really too keen on buying up 09 right now. It looks like. Although if this 08 level can hold, and this is a pretty significant for any long trades. 400 contracts traded in. We still got a 500 bid behind us. I expect if we see some absorption here, we might just go up. Probably a lot of guys who are maybe short, who are underwater, are considering trying to hold it. Or if we're going to go higher, they're thinking... That's what I would be doing if I was short right now. Give it a second to kind of see what it does. There we go. Alright, that was a pretty decent puke out. Traded some good size up. 93 contracts into the higher price. ZN starting to move up as well. Nice 700 bid behind us. Alright, I'm offering here at 11s. May take 10s if I don't get this. Pretty big absorption here at this level. Alright, let's take 9s. It's good enough. Maybe I gotta take 08. Oh, I got one contract filled. Oh, okay. I'm long 5 contracts. I guess one got filled at 09.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get out of my line.
Yeah, I'm on the offer at 09 right now. 2 contracts covered. Still got a few more to go.
Yeah, might as well.
Someone want to buy my contracts at 09?
Oh, not me.
Oh, hey, woodsy. So actually that, yesterday, I dug myself out of the hole. The trade you can see at the top, on top of the screen, I believe that $1,000 profit. These two trades are actually from yesterday because okay, I'm all out at '09. Because this I can't choose the time. I can only choose the day. These two trades were actually from yesterday, so I ended up yesterday up about $700. Took a 3.5 hour trade, and it worked out in my favor. Damn, maybe I was too greedy. Maybe I should have just taken looking to get out at 10, because like with 11 being the resistance level, I could have just like tried to get one tick before it. But we may even trade through it. I may even try and get long here at 11s again, and then maybe cover at 14. Yeah, yesterday was good. It was one of those days where, uh, you know, if you're still feeling it, you keep trading, and you can kind of dig yourself out of holes. I felt like I had a good read on the market, and I held on to a trade like a champ for 3 hours, and I made it all back. So yeah. So again, I'm still kind of worried again because like now I've still had I'm going on my fourth week without losing. So I'm gonna lose someday, and I just hope it's not too big with where it's like gonna blow my account up. But yeah, this was a nice trade. A bit of a painful one, but managed to get some nice profit on that. Probably could have got an extra tick, but I was a bit too greedy. I think that's one of those things where it's like it's one of those trades where it's the whole thing about context and remembering what you're looking at when you're trading is really important because we were trading down here at 02 and 03, and I was just thinking like we're down ticking, but like it's taken a lot of contracts to go down, and we're coming up really easily. We'll sell like 500, 600 to go down, and then we'll buy up on like 200, 300, pretty strong, and then we'll like, you know what I'm talking about, Roger. You saw it. the I think the price looked like sellers were in control, but looking at the way the orders were playing out, it looked like buyers were actually in control. They were being a bit more patient. They're kind of baiting the sellers in to sell to them at a lower price, and then eventually bring it up to where we are here at 9s and 10s. But yeah, that's I think my longest trade was about 3 hours and 10 minutes, so that's another 3 hour trade. I don't think I've taken any trades longer than 4 hours, but I tend to have some pretty big winners that are 3 hours long, which is why I've started to try and aim for a bit of a longer trading style instead of just pure scalping, because you can get some real big winners if you know how to size up and scale into positions and just let it run. And I think that's a big thing. Like, it seems like a lot of the information you find online,
I just went 0.5 and then
a lot of the things you see online about trading is like defining your entries and your exits, and I think position sizing is also as important as these things. So learning how to scale into a trade that's going in your favor, or how to get out of a trade, and knowing when it's okay to scale in. You can scale out, or you go all out. It's all right, but I think knowing how to size up and put on more risk when it's in your favor is a good skill to have. Or it's not a good skill. It's a vital skill to have. So practice sizing up, putting on big size on your trades, on the ones that are working out for you. Don't just trade like the same amount every time. Because like if you're in an uptrend, like you just add to it, buy it up more. If it's going down and it gets to your target and it's still going down, like maybe move your target further away and sell it some more. Because there's a lot of other guys who are probably going to start buying it and pulling the price up, and you can sell it down again. I know Roger, we've been talking a lot about this and how having a larger account and being able to use your account size to your advantage is cannot be overstated. It's it's very convenient to have a larger account and to have more money. Look at this bid. Look at that. Here at 09. Are we still going up? Look at that 1,000 bid. If we start making new highs on ZN, that'd be really great. This 31.7 could be very important on the 5-year here. We have a large step in the profile. It's also the value area, the top of the value area. Damn, I could have gotten out for 10. Whatever. May get back in at 10. Yeah, people are starting to buy up. This is a nice 1,500 offer we got here. How's your crypto trading going? Still into that? Still doing that? Nice absorption here, 22. How's the chat doing? Seem like they want to bite up again. They keep kind of testing the water up here. We got this nice bid behind us at 09 as well. I can probably lean on that. Yeah, let's see if I can get filled here at 10. That'd be good. And then it looks like they're starting to buy up the 5-year. I'd like to see a break of 11 because that could send us further up. So maybe trying to get in on this consolidation to wait for the next move. Oh my god, did I miss it? I may have missed it. Damn, 100 in the queue. That sucks. I might get filled. Can I get filled? Can I get filled? Just get a tick. I'd love to get a tick out of this. Give me my fill. I want my fill. I might get filled now. Let's hold that down. Come on, 100 in the queue. Let's do it. $140 in the queue. Nice 1,500 bid behind us. Oh, 86 in the queue. I'll read your message in a second. Sorry, I got to manage this trade right now. Can I please get filled? This price? Oh man, please, market Jesus. 84 in the queue. Come on. Oh. This is the thing. Like, I don't really get frustrated at trading very much, but this is the one thing that does get me frustrated. Is like when I'm this close to getting filled in the queue. Like, so many times I'm like so close to taking my profit, and I'm like 10 in the queue or 50 in the queue, and it never happens, and it goes up and hits my stop, and it's the most aggravating thing ever in trading. If I do get this fill, I'm probably just going to instantly offer 11s and just look to get a tick on this, because we're kind of having some trouble here. I mean, if we... It depends. It kind of depends, but I would be fine taking just a tick off. They're holding this up here at 22.5, so I feel like we're really starting to prime for that move up again. I don't want to buy 11s. I'd really like to be long at 10. I'd really like, you know, come on, 50. Someone could just sell a 50 lot. Come on, market. You can stop trolling me now. No, don't go without me. What are you doing? I should probably just close this order out and just cut my losses. Oh man. Because like I wonder, like if I live in Japan, right? So like I have like probably like a 200 millisecond, 300 millisecond delay before my orders get a hit to the trading engine. So like if I lived in Chicago, would I have gotten filled on this by the time I clicked it? Like the time I saw the data? Like I really wonder about that sometimes when I'm like under 100 in the queue. Okay, please. Is it time? I'm sitting here crying about being 58 in the queue on 10. They don't wanna sell it. 53 in the queue on 10. I'm trying to go long. They're just 51 in the queue.
Finally traded size into 23 in the 10-year.
50 in the queue. $50 contracts, please. I'm not gonna get this, am I? Well, they're trying to trade this up now on ZN. Okay, come on the bid again. Just a tick. Just want a tick. Just working for it. Oh my god. Oh, the amount of salt in my blood right now is it's potentially unhealthy. Yeah, I was trying to trade a bit up into 12. I put up a bid here at 11s. ES is starting to tank, so we're probably gonna should have just taken 11s.
Yeah,
yep.
They pulled 1,000 there off of 23.5.
Should have just taken 11s.
Only 200, a little less than 200 traded. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're definitely gonna live through 23.5. I bet. They're gonna test 24 where they're see if 24 pulls.
Man, this is.
However, we did just lift. Oh, well, there we go. They lifted 112 even in the.
Oh.
Holy cow. Yeah, see, nothing pulled off of that 24, did it? It was looking at the 30-year
Oh my
ladder.
god, I'm
Whenever
I'm
they
so
went to
upset about
23 and a
this.
half.
So upset about this. Yeah, I see the next resistance level being 14, based on the overnight and yesterday and overnight. Yeah. 11s and then 14s was the high of yesterday.
Yeah.
So
None of that. Not only did none of that pull, but that was a big block order buying into it, and they immediately went off again. So somebody definitely putting on the brakes here at 23 half.
Yeah, I was looking at, I think, the 30-year ladder whenever I guess I missed it. I really wanted to see if anything
just
pulled
talking about that right there.
from that 24 offer, but you said it didn't.
Nice big offer on ZN at 24.
You see
Yeah.
that?
I might be able to do
Show
a.
the picture.
Oh
I think
man.
it's gonna leave without me. I don't know
So
if I want to take anything.
so this is one of those trades where like if I can, I don't want to take that. I'd really like to be filled. I really want to get this. I'm never gonna get it. This is gonna cause me. This is gonna make me lose money today. This Q bait. All right, all right. Is this my chance? Is this it? Is this it? Is it my time? If I do get filled, watch me just like watch it just trade down. Oh. Got another chance to take 11s here, but all right, I'm filled. Give me my tick. I got my fill. Can I get a tick? All I want's a tick. I just want a tick for all my salt, and then I'll read the chat, and then I'll be salty about this. Maybe I just scratch this trade. $205 in the queue. Watch me be like 10 in the queue again, and then lose money. I'm out, guys. I got my fill at 10. I took one off. No, I'm so salty about that. Okay, time to read the chat. All right, what did I miss? Some PN me. All right, woodsy. Haven't had a trade since January. Really, I made my targets. Like, go back to June, not have to worry about money and cash 9% out. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you you made something good for yourself from trading. I think a lot of people have some kind of unreasonable expectations in trading, and the fact that you quit while you're ahead, I think is awesome. The fact that it improved your life is great. You could be sitting here talking about, oh yeah, if I held, I could have had, my Lambo right now. But like, no one can really tell the future, and you took some actions and you improved your life, and you're profiting off of that. So that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. You can always get back in. You can always make more money, right? Later. I missed it. I always want to go back into it, but it's finding the time. When I was trading, it was more than my full-time job. Now I have a social life, university, and real-life work stuff. Yeah, I can see that, especially in crypto, because those markets are, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you need to be really committed. And sometimes, you're out on dinner on a hot date, and you get your phone alerts, and you got to manage your trades, and it sucks. But at the same time, I think it's still possible to, you could still just trade less size if you'd wanted to, or maybe convert to like maybe being like a swing trader or something instead of trade using like daily candles or week candles or something instead. Just trade a much smaller account, so you could still kind of be involved in the markets but not have it take over your life. Try and find a healthy balance. I don't feel, unless I understand my market that well, I can afford to risk it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't understand the market, you shouldn't be trading. So, That's good advice. Well, I'm glad I got my tick out of that. That's
In the last 10
alligator
minutes,
trade. Some people like to call it an
12,000.
alligator.
Have bought 23 into the offer, and 9,200 have sold the 23 bit.
Igor, are you in here? Are you in the chat? You hanging out? I'm gonna send him a PM. But yeah, so that's the thing about trading, and this is what I'm gonna stress this to anyone that's watching. If there's anyone who's new to trading or anyone who wants to get into it and they're just kind of, watching this as like an introduction. The thing about trading is like the market doesn't owe you anything, and you don't make money from the market. The market gives you money, if that makes sense. Like all you need to do is be there and wait for the action and take the trades when you see them, and you'll get paid for it. You can't go into the market thinking I'm going to make money today. You should go in thinking I'm going to look for opportunities for the market to give me money. Okay? Like one person has the power here. It's not you. It's the market. So like when you say like you got lucky, I mean, you could say that, but at the same time, like you were there, you were putting in the time, you were putting in the work. Trading is unfortunately one of those jobs or one of those hobbies, whatever you want to call it, where the amount of time you put into it and the effort you put into it is not necessarily the amount of money you get out of it. I made a trade yesterday, actually. The trade I made $1,000 on. I misclicked. I sold 4 lots. I meant to sold 1 lot. I sold 4 lots, right? And I made profit on that. Was it good trading? No. Did I make money? Yes. But it wasn't good trading. So, like, I would say that's me being lucky. But yeah, you can't just go into it thinking like, I'm gonna make a profit today. I'm gonna make, I'm gonna open an account with $10,000. I'm gonna make $200 a day, and I'm gonna quit my job and trade full time. Like you just can't do that. It's just not realistic. Because you can't really consistently make money every day. You'll have down days. You'll have winning days, which just completely like, what's the word? Like you have winning days which completely outscale your other winning days, and you can't really factor that into your overall, like, your consistency target, I guess. I'm up like what, $500 today, I think. Let me check. Yeah, so I'm up about $600 today, and like that's really good. So I could probably call it quits today, and I'm up already more than I should be. Today I didn't really do anything. Like, I don't think like today was hard. This trade was kind of hard, but it wasn't any harder. This trade was really hard. I don't know. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but basically, yeah, I would you shouldn't discredit yourself saying that you got lucky, but at the same time you shouldn't say that you're like a trading god and you made a lot of money, because you actually don't have control over the markets. Just be like, yeah. You're happy with what you did, grab and run. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. So, like I said, there's nothing wrong with quitting while you're ahead. There's nothing wrong with taking a profit. Some people get really upset when, like let's say I bought in at 10, right? I took a profit here at 11 for 1 tick, right? Maybe I could have gotten here at 12 or 13. Maybe we trade up here to 22 later. I don't know. I got a tick. I made a profit. I'm happy. I didn't lose money. You never go broke taking profit. So just take profit when you get profit. Alright, so about 2 minutes until ES open. Going to take a little break until then. I'm gonna get some water. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Again, still about 2 minutes till ES opens. About a minute now. So I'm gonna hold off and see what happens there. We had another pretty big range from 94 till 74. So 20 points. Not as big as yesterday, but we'll see what happens. All the people who are joining in, you know, I appreciate coming in to support the stream. Feel free to hang out in the chat if you want to ask some questions, make some comments. I'm always open to those. If you're trading with alongside me or you're trading against me, like that's cool. And just let me know if you're having a good time, you're having a bad time. Alright, so ES just opened up. See what it decides to do on the open. It's been doing this a lot recently, where like it gets stuck in like a 2 to 3 point range, and then decides to break out in some direction. It's just kind of interesting. I wonder if there's any people who are like actually trading this profitably. So we're gonna wait for ES to kind of make up its mind before we go in maybe some direction. It could send us up or down. Looks like it's potentially gonna break up. If traders start trading down, they could also help send ES up. So we'll see. Woodsy, you live in Australia, right? Or am I confusing you with somebody else? Have you considered getting into I don't know what the time difference is, but like you could maybe trade some other product like I sometimes trade the Japanese mini Nikkei. It's like the Japanese version of ES. I think you can actually trade that on a smaller account because the tick size is it's like 500 yen per tick or something. The commission tick ratio.
Into 7 3/4 on the 2-year there.
It's not as great as
with 1,000 hitting through the 31.5.
It's not as great as oh my god, sorry, Waddle, he's talking. The
But they don't want to post a good offer there at 31.5.
The mini Nikkei is pretty decent. I like trading that sometimes. I don't know what the time difference is between Japan and Australia, but I know a lot of American traders, they can actually trade mini Nikkei at night because it opens up at about 7 p.m. US time. So anyone who's working full time in a normal day job can get home at like 5 or 6 p.m. and then trade mini Nikkei at night over in Japan during the like the high volume cash session. Oh, it's 12:30, but yeah. So you're you're like what, 2 hours ahead of me. So I'm so bad at doing these calculations, but the Nikkei opens up at 9 a.m. Japan time. So I mean, you could do the math. I'm not gonna do that for you. Sorry. But you could possibly look into trading that. It's a pretty fun one. It trades a bit like ES. Yeah. So, but I don't know if you're working. Maybe that's right during your working time. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're 2 hours ahead of me. So it starts at 9. That would be 11 o'clock. I don't know what else. Maybe something like in the European market. I don't know. I don't really have a main job, so I'm kind of free to trade like 16 hours a day if I need to. All right, so what's going on right now? I gotta kind of get back into this. Just take a look at this chart again, kind of refresh. So we traded up to 13s. ES is going on a run up. Breaking 9s, trading 8s could send us further down.
There we go.
But we've been seeing a lot of absorption on the bid this whole day today, and we've been just kind of slowly ticking up. So I'm really feeling longs. I'm still kind of feeling the longs today. This could be just the recovery. We've had a lot of dropping across all the markets in the past week or so. So, I mean, there's going to be a recovery sometime. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be next week. Who knows? But this 08 was a recent high, so this holding would be pretty standard stuff. Yeah, exactly, and that's what you got to do, and I think that's what a lot of. Oh yeah, so I'm replying to this comment from Woodsy. He says, "That's what it used to be like for me. I traded when the market was offering me money. I slept otherwise." So, I was browsing like the day trading Reddit, and there's a lot of posts for some newer traders, people who want to get into trading, and this guy, he asked about trading a single pair or something, only trading one product. I mean, which is kind of what I do. Like I mostly just trade oh my god, I mostly just trade ZN and ZB. So I only trade this one market, these two products on this one market, and he was saying that he needs help finding more setups. He says he has some high probability setups that he likes, but if he only trades those, he's only making he's making less than a trade a day. And he said he's worried about having a small account, and he's trying to make some money out of this. And I think that person is just thinking about it all wrong. If you have a setup that works 90% of the time, and you're taking one trade a week, right, and it's consistently making you money, like, why would you stop? Why would you complain about that?
Oh, and they finally sold. Let's see.
But at the same time, like, he wants to overtrade. He wants to push it.
7 3/4 bid in the 2-year.
He wants to push it, and he wants to make more money, and he's saying he wants to make more than a trade a day. And I'm like, well, then find a system that lets you make more than a trade a day. But you can't just like put on trades because you want to put on trades. You gotta like put in the time and put in the effort, and
see if we keep marching down.
And see if it's working for you. But it's like he's going in there expecting
500 immediately buys 22
to be able to put in trades and then make money, and it's like it's totally opposite. You put on the trades and you wait for the market to make you money. It's not you put on the trade and you make the money. It's the market gives you the money.
2,200 that bought 21.5 back after it went offer, and then the second it goes bid again, they buy 500 into 22 even.
But yeah, I'm planning on adding some more videos to my YouTube channel.
So it took 10K
And,
to get through 21.5.
I'm pretty bad at speaking about these topics, like off the top of my head,
Posted yet.
but I will find a nice way to explain my point that I'm trying to make, and maybe give some examples. Pretty some serious absorption here at 21.5, and then we tick up on ZB. That's pretty strange. It's huge imbalance in sellers, but this guy's like holding this market up like a champ. Kind of makes me want to put on a long here at 08. Oh, that's what happens because when ES started tanking, we ticked up, which is normal. Are there other traders on Twitch? I've heard about, like, I've seen a few guys, but it's
7 is the pit, VWAP in the third year.
but there's not really an easy way to find them because, like, I don't know
21.5 is the pit VWAP.
which section they're in or like whatever, because there used to be like IRL. Oh, crypto. Yeah, I don't think there's any interest in watching a person trade crypto because like I said, I don't really believe in day trading crypto, and I don't think there's much interest in watching somebody not day trade. Like, I don't think there's any fun in watching someone like swing trade because it's just like a chart and like looking at the chart and looking at the profit loss tab like go up and go down. There's not really much thinking process until, like, once the trade's on, you put it on and you let it go, right? Like a longer trade, like 3 days or a week or something. If you're day trading or you're scalping, you know, you're constantly in and out. It's a bit more exciting, I think, for the viewers. And there's more to watch instead of just watching the price move up and down, because you can do that, you know, yourself on TradingView or Google Finance or whatever. Oh, they chart? Yeah.
I'm trying to. No, I am short now.
Yeah, I used to be into the charting, trading thing, drawing a bunch of lines, like using indicators and stuff, but
ES is sold pretty quick there.
didn't really
Pretty light volume.
work out for me. Yeah, so most crypto trading stuff is someone who got Ethereum when it was cheap and now think they rule the world. So yeah, that's the other thing is, like, I think, like, there's just a lot of noobs trading, and like I'm a noob. I'm still a noob myself. I mean, I've been trading futures for 6 months, so there's a lot that I don't know. Like, these are the guys you hear in the chat, like, they know a lot more than I do.
According to some of the guys in the pit, the two in the 10-year are influencing each other a lot today.
I'm gonna kind of mute Discord for a second so I can talk about this. But I think like a lot of crypto is filled with a bunch of noobs, and I mean that in like a non-offensive way. And I don't think TA, technical analysis, really has any meaning in crypto, because that is like 100% driven on fundamentals, in my opinion. And this is just my opinion. The Trade Slinger, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Kind of going on a rant a little bit right now about crypto. Hope you're not a crypto trader. But like, yeah, you know, they bought something early, they forgot about it, they made like, you know, 8,000% or something, and they want to try and day trade their way up and make more money. But like, day trading crypto was like the stupidest thing ever. Like, that's like the worst choice. If you look at the numbers, like the cost you got to pay to day trade crypto, like it's not there. There's no point in day trading crypto. Margin costs are insane. Borrowing fees are insane. The exchange fee is insane. Like, if you're gonna day trade, like, okay, you can trade stocks, you can trade futures, you can trade forex. You can't trade crypto on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people don't want to trade stocks, or they can't trade stocks because they have less than 25K in their account. So they got to work around the pattern day trade rule. And then for some reason they're stubborn about this, and they also think like, okay, well, I'm gonna use an offshore broker, and these offshore brokers are super shady, and they have really crappy margin rates and really high commissions because they're just trying to prey on these guys who have small accounts, who can't, you know, surpass the pattern day trade rule. So that kind of rules out stocks for a lot of people as well. So that leaves forex and futures for day trading. All right, let's talk about forex for a little bit. So, if you want to trade a forex, you're trading against your broker, right? So they're trying to give you the shaft on every trade. If you make money, they lose money. Why would you do that? That just eliminates forex. So it leaves you with one option to day trade. It's futures. And I think people that are trying to day trade crypto are just maybe just uneducated or ignorant or something. And I mean that in the most like respectful way possible. Like they I think they should, take their winnings and then either get out or actually start taking trading seriously because there's no money to be made day trading crypto. The only money to be made day trading crypto is in running an exchange. And I used to work for an exchange, and I know about how stupid these users are. I know about all these emails the support staff get and all the stupid things they try and pull because they accidentally sold a bunch or they can't read the charts right. Like it's pretty terrible. So don't day trade crypto, kids. If you want to day trade, trade futures. Or if you have a lot of money, day trade stocks, but you need 25K at least. So for about 6 months, we had an exchange with zero trading fees that allows you to get away with some crazy stuff. Yeah, so actually, like, I know. So I used to own some Bitcoin, and I have a bank account with USAA. So I trade on Coinbase or GDAX, and I believe GDAX actually has a negative market maker fee. So if you buy and sell limit orders, then you are actually getting paid to make the market. The only problem with that is like it's really hard to get fills because Bitcoin tends to be very directional, and you know, you can try to put an order in, and basically someone has to take a loss to get to your order, which they don't want to do. I remember when I was trying to cash out of crypto, I had my offers on, I was making the spread, bid ask spread, and it took a really long time to get filled because someone else would always just put in lower and put in lower and put in lower than me. So I had to wait for like 50 minutes or something to get my sell out of Bitcoin. All right, so we might start trading up now. ES is making new lows. We had a pretty nice buy here. They're fighting with these prices though, so I'm kind of reluctant to try and put a long on. We traded down to 07s, which would be like my I'm totally wrong on this part. Let's unmute Discord. Up here at 13s again. Pretty nice offer, or sorry, nice bid behind us. They're kind of rejecting this 11, which could be a good signal for getting long here at 12. Although I kind of want to see ZF making a new high. Did my second trade go 9 ticks against you? Yes, that was a trade from this was a trade from last night actually. So because I live in Japan and I trade basically when the day changes, I can't. These two trades were from yesterday. The trade slinger. I took 9 ticks of heat on that trade, which was really crappy. But yeah, if you check the time here, this is at like 12:21 in the morning, 00:21, and this from this trade is when I started for this session, so about 8:50 p.m. That's from yesterday. It depends on the trade, so I kind of have like a, I don't know, like I'm not really a pure scalper. I take a lot of scalps, but I don't scalp only. So when I get into these longer trades, I tend to take more heat on them. it usually just depends on the flow. Like I don't actually I don't trade with a stop usually, so um, I have to be very careful, and sometimes I don't take losses when I should. Um, but yeah, these. Okay, wait, hold on. Nice upticks here. The markets have been moving a lot in bonds recently, so I think having a larger adverse excursion, I believe is the term, is necessary. A lot of people are having trouble. They used to trade with like maybe a 2 tick or a 3 tick stop
Yeah,
loss
so nothing wants to pull off that 24
here on
offer.
ZN.
What is it, about 500 that pulls off? Let's
And
see,
they're moving it up
74.
to maybe 4 ticks
Yeah,
because the
boom,
markets have been a lot
700.
more volatile these days.
But most of it stays. We'll see. I can feel it. It's like it's fixing to just.
Big absorption at 23.5 though. Could be starting to flip.
Well, yeah, I think that has everything to do with.
So he's talking about
24
this
offer.
right here.
I mean, in the last 10 minutes, 51 have traded on the bid side, and 53 have traded in the offer.
I might actually try and get
23.5.
long on ZN here.
That's just in the last 10 minutes.
If I can get filled in
There's
this
just no,
iceberg
since
and
we've been up here, it's like what 40 you've traded into 24. It's just not enough.
ZB wants to go up though for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, this flattening doesn't look like it's going to stop. We're about to go off for -4 points on the day. There's some decent buying in Z9, which is usually pretty correlated with the 10-year. Yeah, that's Z9 euro dollars, by the way.
When you do the math on that head and shoulders pattern in the E-mini, it would take it to a new low. So I think that some bonds may be buying up on expectations of that.
They're really trying to take this up here on ZB, but it looks like ZN's just holding. Although this is, I mean, what I've seen happen before
you're
is
talking about a head and shoulders pattern in the ES, like on a daily chart.
what I've seen happen before. So I gotta mute that guy. Is they'll eventually just pull this up, and then they'll just plow right through it. So I kind of want to get long there, but yeah, here we go. So this is a long opportunity. This is one of those plays where like you got to manage it.
But I think it qualifies.
We had a
it's
nice
not like
puke
you
out.
guarantee It's like 60%. Right?
Probably gonna see ZF start trading new highs, and then this will finally go. I might take maybe 3 ticks of heat on this one. We might get up to maybe 19s. It's a good target for a +4. Just using this offer as a target. All right, Woodsy, thanks for hanging out. Glad to answer the questions again. Have a good night. I really wish I gotten in at like this lower price. This may have just been me trying to catch the move. But 14s should hold. This was the high from yesterday. I may just get out of this now. Well, there, we got that big absorption again. So it's like, let's try another one of those trades. I'm just gonna sit here underwater for a really long time, and then it'll eventually pop. Or try and get in lower. Because they're really fighting this on ZN. So probably a lot of guys who were expecting a break.
ES could be failing the mid VWAP area again. That'll be twice now. If
So,
it fails.
this is my theory, is that
375.
I think we got a lot of guys who are probably long because we made it up quite a big amount. They were looking for,
Looks like Treasuries are waiting to see if that's gonna happen or not.
they're waiting for a new high of the day and breaking up
Yeah,
the highs from yesterday.
Whether it's going to make a new pivot.
we made it up, and they didn't get their price. Maybe they wanted to cover at 16 or 17, and then they sold the crap out of it to try and get their profits. If that made any sense, I don't know. But we sold down pretty good. Volume starting to dry up, so this could be another time to go long again. Nice uptick here on the 5-year. Gonna start clearing these numbers out so I can get a better view of what I'm seeing. I'd like to see ES start tanking down.
84.5 in the ES is kind of final. If it beats that, I could see it, being pretty strong.
Okay, ES is being strong though. It's not very good for this long trade right now. Although holding above 11s is still pretty bullish for us. Like this whole area, maybe 11, 12, 13 could be considered a buying area. Yeah, I mean these buyers seem pretty content on buying 12.
Looks like the sellers are right. At least for now, anyway. 88.5 is what we're looking for. That initial swing high.
Sometimes you get that head test failure thing too.
Although if we see ES making a new high, that could send us lower.
I'd say that the signal did not turn out there.
Let's see if ES can make a new high. Looking at 88.75. A lot of volume starting to trade at this level though, so they may run out of steam.
Some pretty big absorption right here though.
In the ES?
Yeah, they're hitting thousands now. Around 28, 88.
It's trying to buy up this 12s. ES is still being really strong. Does it trade up? It does. It goes up a tick.
Come on. Pull that 22.25 in the 10. I mean, at 22.5, I mean.
Still going higher on ES, but it's going up real slow.
It's going to stay in strong.
It's kind of a weak breakout on ES, I feel. Like it just kind of went up like a tick and then shot down and went up another tick.
It's definitely not running yet.
Where's the sweep? There'll be a sweep eventually. Just some maybe 89 evens will cause a sweep.
The deltas all seem to line up and everything, but a little I don't think that you could just say that it came back up there that we're just going up in the evening for sure. You kind of got, there's kind of weird things with heads and shoulders, right? Because there's not just the pattern and like false ones, but there's also the question of how far it goes. So that one you could probably say was a true head and shoulders, but it didn't reach the full shoulder to head target. It came down to like one standard deviation below the VWAP and turned around there instead.
But yeah, this 11's holding is still very very bullish for bonds. The we ran into this was a significant level from the overnight session. We were bouncing around a lot here.
20 seconds in the 10-year.
There's a lot of contracts trading around here, so they really like this price. It's probably going to bounce around here for a long time before it decides to go either up or down. Well, what? What? What was that?
Not expect that.
Well, I was just saying, like, I think anything above 11 is potentially a buying opportunity, but I wasn't expecting it to be that good of a deal. That was a really strange move, Probably we might end up just going back down to where we were. Could be a bunch of shorts covering. It could be, like I said, maybe these guys were looking at this breakout on the upside on ES, and it was just not as strong as they expected, causing them to get out of positions. You know, we traded up like a tick. Yeah, like, you know, usually when you see these breakouts, you see ES sweep like, okay, there we go, we're starting to move a bit faster on ES. This is a bit more normal. But usually it'll sweep like 2 or 3 ticks at least, maybe even more. Yeah, I'm looking at this 11s and 10s and 11s as kind of my get out of this trade level. It's just really hard to say though, because like, you know, when when it's blowing up like this, you know, that's usually sending us down, and you know, you see right here, like they're trying to pull us down, but it's not too strong, right? And then we move up, you know, pretty quickly again. So like, this might be another situation where I'm just gonna hold on to this trade for a really long time, like another 20-30 minutes, and it'll just eventually go in my favor. I might just got in too early. I think buying at 11s. I think buying at 11s is great. Buying at 12s, 13s is also great. Because you're risking like maybe a tick here at 10 or 9. You know, like look at it took us like 1,000 contracts, right? And we absorbed it all at 11, and then we bought it up. So it's like we got these guys wanting to hold prices up, right? And then when they feel like it, anytime they can just snap their fingers and bid it up. So it's like the buyers are just like, they're just playing with the market, trying to get a better price, trying to get in at 10 or 11, and once that's all gone, then they just bring it up. This is the same trade I made earlier today, where this winner right here on 6 lots, $625. We had a lot of down ticks that took a lot of heat on that. It was, you know, it was -5 at one point, but every time we went down, it was really hard to get down there. And then in a few seconds, bam, we're up like 2 ticks, and then like 30 minutes grinding down, and then bam, we're up 2 ticks again, and then eventually the market shot up, and all the guys that were short probably trying to get out, pushing the market further up again. Starting to see a bit of a battle here, so that's kind of like making my theory fail, although ZN is absorbing like a champ right now. 2,000 contracts. Contracts here. I don't know, you know, like I said, buying 11s and 12s. Get them while they're cheap. It's just my read on the market. Could be wrong. Big absorption again. Looks like they made it through now.
Short 11. In the 30.
See what happens at 10s here. If 10's trade 3, I gotta get out of this trade. If 11's hold, then it's still potential. This could be that last bait before they buy it up again. East has gone up quite a bit, and we've not gone too far down off of this. They're still buying everything else up. Just trying to really focus on this. I'm really concentrating on these prices and these values, and seeing if I see any clues that should tell me to get out of this trade before it goes against me too far. Big sell and then just holding it up. Probably 1,000 contracts on an iceberg there. Looks like ES is having a bit of trouble now, pulling back a little bit. I'd like to see ES kind of sustain a down move. That would make me a lot happier about this position. There we go. Starting to bite up again. Like, look at this. You saw how easily it ticked up?
13, -2.
This is what I'm saying. Like, they're trying so hard to tick it down, and then bam, it snaps up on, 2 ticks like that. So, yeah, the theory's pretty strong. Again, if 11 breaks, we start trading, 10s and 9s, then it's time to get out of this trade. But it looks like they're totally happy buying this whole area and trying to pull the market up. So we spiked up to 5s. We traded 5 at 15. Sorry, we traded 5 at 15. If we can't really make it back up there, then I may look to try and get out of this trade at a loss, maybe at 13 or 14.
So the curve's trying to maybe steepen back out a little bit here.
Some mini absorption going on at 12 right now. ES is starting to crash down again. It looks like that kind of caused that first move to spike back up. So we might be seeing that again. If this can start trading maybe 89, some 89s prices, gonna have a nice step in the profile here. There goes some power again. Probably should have tried to add on a little bit of size, maybe add 11 or 12 for this. I kind of like how this is playing out, this trade. I know I'm down like 4 ticks, but it feels like I was just too early on this. Too early on the entry. If I was buying in at like 11 or 12, that would have been amazing, but looks like we may still be able to get out of this with a profit. Targeting 19, just looking at this huge offer behind us, or ahead of us. That's the only reason. I may be able to find a better target, but I don't really have time to take my eyes off these domes right now. Alright, ZN's trying to trade higher, make a new high. ZS trying to make a new high. If these all make new highs together, this is like, one of the easiest trades you can make. If you can learn this one trade, you can make a lot of money in these markets. You wait for all 3 Treasuries products to make new highs, and then you just buy it, or make new lows, and then you sell it.
They've got a good bid now posted at 08 in the 2-year.
Just wait for them to start trading this.
Up with everybody else, though.
Once they start trading some size, it'll just, bam, it's gonna shoot up. That's like my favorite trade. It's really easy. You just gotta wait for it though. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, you're doing it right. ES starts falling, and we got all the Treasuries making new highs of the day. If there's one thing you pick up from the stream, is learn how to make that trade. You buy 17s, or buy 25 half, or buy the highs of the day. There we go, starting to see some strong moves up. I may even try and add on a bit of size here at 16. If I start seeing them trade here,
Yeah, the
some bigger size.
move from the offer at 8 1/4, and are now offered at 8 even. I mean, a bid at 8 even.
Didn't make a new
in
high
the
yet.
2-year.
Still waiting. I want to see like maybe a couple hundred, not 130, maybe like 200, 300, 500-ish trade into a 25 half, and then a couple hundred here as well on ZF before I add on some more size on this trade. Pretty weak offer. Is that absorption? Trying to sell it down, but look at it, it's just all being absorbed.
So this whole thing kind of looks like they want to buy bonds, but they screw around with it every which way to try and shake people out as it doesn't.
Yep.
They sure mess around a lot down there at the bottom. And when they did go, there was a lot of spikes up, and then they immediately came back down 4 ticks, and then it went.
This is what I'm talking about. I've been talking about this on my stream like all night. It's just, it looks like, it takes a lot of contracts to get down, and then we move up on low volume, and we hold there. So I think, I've been sitting underwater on a lot of trades, and I just hold on to them for a bit longer on a lot of longs, because I'll buy near the top, but it'll go down and test the support and hold it like a champ, and then it'll spike up again. And we're kind of priming, I feel like, to make new highs across all the bonds. Because like I was saying before, I think anything from like 12 to 14, even 11s on ZB is like a good buying opportunity. You put your risk on 9 or 10.
Now is you're running up into yesterday's highs, in the 10-year at least.
Yeah, but if it breaks, you got all the upside. So this could be kind of the last retest before we finally go higher. That's kind of what I've noticed a lot today. We tested 11. Now we're failing to trade below 13 on ZB. Got a big bid.
Well, I see a step in the profile in just in ZB. There was a step in the profile on the 5th at 17, and then there's kind of some crazy pivots there between 18, 27, and 138. So.
We're at 14s now, which was yesterday's high, I believe. So, chopping around here, I think is pretty normal. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna wait for it. Can we get up to 19? So that'd be very nice. Failed to trade below 13s. This last pullback. All right, we're looking at it again. We upticked. ZN agreed with it. They also followed. Starting to see some buying come in on the 5-year. ES is starting to drop down, which is very good for us. Clear these numbers so I can get a better view. If we see ES trade through VWAP, maybe a full point, so like 85 evens, it's very likely to send us higher. All right, uptick on the 5-year. Do they start buying the highs though? Again, I'm really looking for some power on this up move. If we start trading 16, 17s and then we don't get anywhere, I'm gonna get out of this trade. This is one of those trades that, again, it has a lot of potential, and if the potential's not there, like, you need to go and get out, because everyone's going to be trying to take the same trade because they're all looking at the same thing. And if they get in and they realize it's not going to go any further up, then it's a race to get out first. And whoever gets out first gets out with a profit or gets out at break even. And anyone who's slow is going to end up losing money on this. So, the play here might be to buy 15s, sell 17s, and then buy again at 15. ES is still starting to go down a bit. We're holding at these highs though, so the sellers we've kind of turned off the selling until I complain about it, and then it turns back on. That's the secret. Get spot right back up across the board. Looks like the buyers are starting to get more engaged at these prices now. Really strong absorption there. It's holding, still holding it. And ZB doesn't want to fall. Just need some people to start buying into 16. Nice having this kind of larger bid behind us. So I kind of want to see how it trades if we get up here. I hope we don't get filled on both of these orders. Large absorption. This is making a run up again. He's going to make new highs. Not yet. This 14's absorbing real good. 1,000 contracts, it's pretty big. I mean, for ZB it is. We're buying it up. They ticked up on ZN. We're back at these highs again. Can we trade through this 1,300 lot order? Okay, people are starting to buy these prices now. A few guys. A few more guys. I wouldn't be surprised if I see us like get all the way back down here to 11 again, and then eventually just break through it. Because I saw this happen yesterday. We had this kind of ascending triangle thing going on. We have higher lows, and then in the very last moment, before we should break, we just like poop down all the way down to like 10 or something, and then just like blow up. It's like some buyers are trying to like maybe they've established a nice position here all the way, and then they sell everything for small profit, and then they buy it all back up, and then like buy it all the way up even higher. I don't know if that's what they really do or not, but you've seen it like touch one end of the range, fail, go touch the bottom, and then just like plow through it on the other side. Everyone's thinking like, oh, it touched top of the range, it's going to it's going to die, it's going to break to the bottom, and then it just like reverses, does the exact opposite. But if this is one of those ascending triangle patterns, this is getting to be that point now where you're going to start to look to buy 14 or 15s or 16s because it's gonna play out anytime now.
hammering the shit out of that 24.5 bid, but it just won't go.
I'm seeing kind of an ascending triangle, by the way, on ZB, so I'm still biased on a long. I'm actually long at 15, which is kind of a crappy price to be long at, but I'm trying to play the breakout. So we're seeing kind of this testing of the 16 level multiple times, and we keep seeing lower or higher lows each time we spike down.
Seems like they're doing something really weird in ZB because they're starting to sell it quite a bit more aggressively here. So you might either it's going to turn around, or if it makes a new high, it could be pretty spectacular. Because you got the volume imbalance now, whereas before it was just going to bubble up.
That's what I was hoping for this spectacular new highs across the board kind of play. So we can go down to this like 13, 14 level again on ZB, and that would still be totally in line. But we start trading 12s and 11s again, then that ascending triangle is gone. But I had the same setup yesterday, and we basically broke the triangle, tested the other side of the range, and then blew up on the other side. So there's still the possibility of that happening, because that's what they like to do in the markets, is just like fuck with people. So ES has gone up and recovered and is trading near the highs again. So I'm kind of curious to see if we actually react to that, or if we just kind of hang out at these prices that we are at now.
Yeah, that's exactly why I was pointing out kind of the stoppiness and choppiness of the move, because I think that what happens is when you have an earnings day, there's not like the really big institutional players coming in. Apparently there's still reason for us to move up, and it looks like it's maybe driven partly by currencies. So if you're doing that and you want to go long, where are you going to get the contracts from? So now it becomes worth it for them to try and screw over all the locals and the retail traders. So that's when I think it's really important to either, if you have a big enough stop, you can do that, but otherwise you just really got to make sure that you get the right risk and don't be buying it as it tries to break the high. You got to buy it down at the bottom of the range.
Well, I'm buying it as it tries to break the high and took like 4 ticks of heat. But it's still looking all right. So it's all within my risk factors. So I don't like being underwater, but watching this play out, watching the orders, I'm still feeling along. I think if anyone bought at 11, 12, 13s, 14s even, they should still be, pretty happy with this. We did lose that the big bid behind us on ZB at 13, so I wonder if that's going to have any effect on this.
Trump says he has a big announcement with Nikki Haley
Uh-oh.
at 10:30.
How long is that from now? 8 minutes? I don't have the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I presume that's what he's saying. Yeah.
No, why Trump?
Well, I bet this doesn't.
Nikki Haley's probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably won't mess with markets, but because she just resigned from the U.S. ambassador to the UN, and so I guess she's switching roles.
So I'm not really too happy about this. What happened? We kind of failed to test this 15, 16 area again.
I didn't know that she resigned from the.
Yeah, that broke 15 minutes ago at 9:05.
Oh, okay.
At 9:05.
It's about time for me to go, but I want to
All right, so it's like 23 areas, not really getting any love for selling. $23.5 is, but 23 is not on ZN.
There you go. I put it in the chat. The headline anyway.
Still seeing a series of higher lows, though. That seems to be the important thing today in this current trend that we're at. Sevens was a pretty significant higher low, and now tens or 11. We traded tens a little bit, but 11 and 12 is still kind of fulfilling that. So still seeing this big absorption. It's like the market doesn't, like, it wants to move down, but doesn't want to move down too far.
So what I'm reading is that Trump officials were surprised that she resigned. But
Like they don't want to sell this.
so if that's the case, then it wouldn't necessarily be a moving her out because they found her a better position. I don't know about this. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out in 8 minutes.
Maybe she's wanting to run in 2020, and so that's why she resigned.
Well, hopefully there's no
here at 23 half. If I was gonna buy, I think that I'd have to do it.
yeah.
I don't know if you get filled at 23.
I think same thing on ZB. Buying at 12s, 13 seems to be a good play. You're risking maybe 9 or 10. Let's see if I can get filled here at 12.
This is where it gets hard though, because it's like that's the right risk reward location, but are we really going to continue and make a new high? I think that given some of the other things about the action, especially that there was that big wall at 24 earlier, and sometimes you have a tendency to go through the wall, and then after they've gone through the wall once, then to come back.
We're starting to get some walls behind us, right? Like we got 8,000 absorbed at 23.5, and it's like 7,000 at 24.5. So I don't know. I mean,
it's at yesterday's high.
it's a hard read. I'll definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I guess I see a case for it to do either one, and I'm not even really know which one it's going to do.
But yeah, for sure. In that situation, you just don't take the trade, right? If you're getting these mixed signals and mixed feelings. Alright, so I'd like to get filled here at 12.
Well, it's better to get like that one there was earlier when you got the 8K stack. That was a good signal. That was a really good signal. Rarely do you get one that obvious that plays out as well as that one did.
Seeing some interest in buying and kind of a lack of selling here. We're kind of running out of sellers at these lower prices. Like they want to sell these higher prices, but they don't want to sell the lower ones. So this is actually kind of pulling into I don't remember which theory it was. It's like volume profile or mega profile. They're slightly different, but it's the idea that like the price moves up to turn off buying, and then the price moves down to turn off selling, and like we're kind of starting to see the selling get turned off because like especially here there's like a huge difference between selling at 23.5 and 23 on ZN. And like I've been sitting here for a while to get filled at 12, and it hasn't really come in yet. And we still got a lot of buyers who are just like plowing through these higher prices and willing to push it up. But like I said, I really think that they're just we've got some big players around here at like 11, 10, 9, and they're just trying to scoop up the cheap contracts before they decide to send us higher again. Alright, so I got my fill. Let's see if 11s and 10s start trading. Yes, it's starting to make new highs. Yeah, so like, you know, we made new highs that we upticked on ZB. So this like 11s area seems to be like a real pain to try and get through for the shorts anyway.
It's the bun getting pretty close to testing VWAP and mid. As ES makes new highs. And so does Euro stocks. Pretty sure they're making new highs. And October VIX is below November VIX, so that's good.
We'll see what
Or
this.
it's good
Let's
for
see what this
bulls
this
ES.
Trump announcement is. I'm gonna put a. Wait, that's the wrong direction. Wait, I'm long. Yeah, I want to get out.
So it looks like the VIX market is totally, just about completely priced all of this risk out in the futures market.
If we get some crazy
Pretty sure
Trump
VIX,
news.
yeah, spot VIX is below. Let's see. Yeah, spot VIX looks like it's below October VIX. So we could see a pretty good trend up day in general. In the ES, this could be it for the run up in bonds.
Just give it a bit of time still. Okay, like again, we got a lot of buyers just like piling up at these prices at limit, limit orders. So I feel like the limit orders are in control today. We're seeing this huge absorption on ZN and these power upticks. So just gonna have to hold on to this and wait until the big boys decide to bring us up. Or I'll be wrong and I'll take a big trade for a pretty hefty loss. But either way, that's just trading. I'd like to see this bid stack up. Not yet.
Trying to short at 12.
Although again, this rejection at 11 is like still kind of going with my long bias, but we have fallen quite a bit on the other products, so this could be it.
Nice if they would post a real offer there at 7 3/4 in the 2-year. So the 10-year would get a little bit more comfortable. There we go. No, they still didn't post one, but 10-year is seeing some decent size selling. There we go. ES getting above that.
ES is going on a crazy run here.
It was just a big resistance level I had. And they're ripping some stops out. No word out of Trump yet, huh?
But yeah, I mean, look at that reaction. ES goes and tears a bunch of people's faces off, and the uptick on bonds. Some weird action. ES
Yeah, it
blowing up
seems
and we uptick on bonds, like.
Yeah. And we didn't even uptick in the 10-year or the 5-year. It was just
Pretty decent
we
bid
got a
here
good
too.
downtick in the knob spread, the 10s, 30s.
Got a pretty decent bid on 12s on the 30-year. Where are you short at, Waddle? 12? 11?
12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're just steepening the curve. Like the 4.5 bid in the 10s and 30s is just getting weaker and weaker instead of the the actual 30-year going down. I think I misspoke. I said steepening. It's flattening is my issue. Right now the curve is flattening very aggressively, and that's why short bonds is not currently working, or short 30-year anyway.
Look at that big bid. Again, failure to, they're really rejecting this 10 level. We traded some decent size into 11. They super rejected that for now. So again, I mean, this is not, I'm not happy sitting here underwater, but I mean, the trade still got room. Still got room to play out. Do I expect it to make new highs? Maybe not. So maybe I should try and look to cover maybe at 15 or 16. But we'll give it a bit of time. There we go. Yes, it's starting to take a hit. These guys should probably move up as well. Interesting.
Jumped out at 14 for -2 again.
We're gonna see them. Want to see them buy through this when you can do it. All right. With this being yesterday's high, I think I will just take this trade and then call it a day. I've given this one kind of a bit too much time. I'm kind of losing my not really losing my patience, but losing my belief in this. Not seeing these other markets kind of uptick as well. I may even just have to get out at 13. But we'll see. If I get out at 14, so it'll be another profitable trade, and I can be satisfied with that. Wasn't that big move that I was looking for? Yeah, that might happen later today, but I kind of just want to get my profits if I can and get out on this trade. So 271 in the queue. Starting to see some downticks. Looks like I may not get this fill. Well, they rejected it. They don't seem to want to trade below 25, although if they do trade below 25, I could see all hell breaking loose. 23 and then maybe 10s and 9s trading could be really, really bad for the long side. Can I get out at 14? They're thinning out that offer, and ES is starting to tank, so I should probably be able to get this fill. It's going to be close though. You know, if these market conditions hold, but if we start seeing ES falling down or some big buying here, I should be able to get out of this at 14. Although they're starting to flip, they're starting to pull the bid and stack the offer. 270 in the queue, 269. So people are starting to buy it, but it's going to be close.
10s, 30s, 4.5 bid, firmed up just a little bit.
Trying to get out at 14s on my my trade on ZB. Alright, I'm out. Okay, so I mean that worked out. Watch it go and make new highs like I was talking about, but that's okay. I'm gonna just do my review and call it a day today. So had a really long day yesterday. These two trades are actually from yesterday's trading sessions. So today, how'd it go? I made a nice scalp before the open. I don't know what happened here. This was just bad. I don't really remember that trade. I'm kind of out of it. I'm still exhausted from yesterday. But this trade, this 6 slot, this big winner, this one was very similar to the trade we were trying to take today. So we were kind of in this range. I felt like we were bouncing up easier than we were grinding down. So I kind of did the same thing. I kind of averaged into a lower price, and eventually it broke out above us, and I got managed to snag a nice profit. I think I covered at 09. I was originally targeting 11, so I was kind of upset about that. I probably should have held and tried to get 10s instead, but I mean it's still a profit, so I'm not too upset about that. And then this last trade was the one that, oh, sorry, I forgot about this one. So this was a 30-second scalp. So I was trying to buy the highs when I was like 50 in the queue. So I just kind of used my queue position to try and scalp a tick. I was sitting there with like number 50 in the queue. So once I get filled, instantly offer a single tick, and it's a nice trade you can do sometimes if you're having trouble getting filled. Like even if it's going against you, like even if it's going the other direction, you can sometimes use it as a take profit. Like you can short it as it goes down and get filled if you're early in the queue, just to get an extra tick. So nice little trade, kind of like a market maker style. And then this last trade, so I originally bought 15s, and looked like it was going to hold around the 10 level, so I put on an ad at 12. I would have liked to gotten 11s instead, but I wasn't sure if we were going to get there again. And then got tired of the trade, just took it off for a small profit. So I actually lost money on the initial buy at 15, and I made some profit on the add-in at 12. Would have been cool to get filled in at a break even maybe here at 15s, but
I know that
it's just a tick.
4.5 level on the 10s 30s seems like it's destined to go offer.
So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope you guys had a good time. Hope you guys all made some money today. If not, well, this is part of trading. So I will catch you next time, tomorrow, same time. Have a good evening, have a good night. Bye-bye.